Hi, and welcome to another episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter, where I decided I was going to follow up with showing you guys how to read contour lines on a map. So I decided to do that. So with that said, let's get started with today's show. Okay, like I said, we're going to do some contour stuff here. Um, I just want to, follow up with that to where we understand what contour lines are, what elevations are on a map. Um, so I'm going to use my same ones I used on my last episode. We'll be using Onyx maps, Topo maps, and Google Earth. We're going to focus on one area to see how all that kind of comes together and how I use the maps. So first one we see here is this area. This is the area we're going to be looking at right in here. Okay, as you can see, I got it right here on this map, on the CalTopo map, and on the Google Earth. So we're going to start with the Onyx, and as you can see, I got two markers here showing examples of saddles. You got another one over here. Okay, so these lines right here are kind of like the major lines here, the darker ones here. So we got 9,400 feet, 9,600 feet, these plateaus. This one here, I'm not sure what that one is, but it might be 9,400 or 9,400. So, and you can see how the road is leading around it here. Um, So again, it's just this is just an example of what I'm doing. When I'm looking at a map, I'm looking for peaks, saddles. Um, is there a water source nearby? So we got this creek. It looks like going right down through here. Um, we got a little lake here. It's kind of on private property. It looks like. So we're not going to be going down there. But how is there a they go down here and drink water? Can they come up in this area where they're going to bed at and stuff? So that's what we're looking at. Just kind of an overview here. Um, so let's go to the CalTopo map. On this one, I have the 10 foot. I have the contours laid out at 10 feet. Okay, so we got the darker ones represent basically what you would call the 100 foot markers. Okay, so this is 94, and we got 96, and we got now looks like over here 9650. So each one of these marks, so they've got the dark one, so the lighter ones are 10 feet, and I can set those. If you go over here, uh, I can set them at 40 if I wanted to, as they start coming in there. Okay, so these ones here would represent 40 feet. Okay, so I got mine set at 10 feet so I can see that it's almost, but not quite, almost flat going up here. Easy access. You see easy access here. Um, we got the slopes here. I got the slopes marked. Again, the green is pretty much a 20-degree. Not that dramatic. Um, Coming down through here. Water source on both sides here. We got like here going off. It's just going off like a 28-degree angle. Not that bad. Another one over here. We got a small 40s over here. One over here. Um, okay, so what would the wind? Put the wind plot on here. Okay, wind. There we go. So it's coming across the top this way at about 10 miles an hour. Um, Again, 10 miles an hour is not all that bad, but again, where are you going to set up at? That's going to be the issue on this setting up on trying to set up on a saddle, a plateau looking down on a saddle. Um, so if you're going this direction and they're say coming up from down here or over here, yeah, it could be a slight problem there. Um, Setting up, so you might want to set up, say, on this side of the saddle or down in here. Um, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because it's coming right over the top of the mountain here. So again, this is what's it going to be like? You have to go out and look and see what it's going to be like on certain things. We got plenty of areas over here. Let's see. We go back over here. We're still looking at public land on some of these areas. Um, so again, it's things can be a little tough there. But if you go over here, you can also see that we had the bride had fire come through here. Now, uh, I know they went and did a lot of work and got a lot of stuff done, but if you look here at Google Earth, these brown spots here are all fire. So the fire took everything out. Let's zoom in here and get a better look. So we got a lot of down timber. Um, Nothing. They got looks like they did a few patches here and there, but again, it doesn't look all that good. Really, for vegetation wise, it's really close. A lot of it's close to the road. Um, you got to be depending on what your state regulations are, how far you can be from the road before you can do anything. Um, but you still see is still not all that good. We've got a lot of down timber in the area. Like they've been working back there a little bit. Um, got some green. But again, I don't know how old these. So the fire was in 19. When was it? 2017. No, yeah, 3 years ago. So it's still, it takes a long time for things to come back the way they're supposed to be. But again, could it be a good area? Unless you go out and really look, um, it might or might not be. It also could be because if you look at the topo maps here, um, you got these saddles in here and stuff. It could be a high pressured area. Just don't know. Um, so, uh, but again, it just depends. So we'll go back over to Google Earth. Let's put it in the 3D mode and zoom in here. So that's what it looks like. Plateau areas here, here, and over here. It looks like a relatively flat. Not too much of a grade because you just like the animals are going to use the path of least resistance. Okay, we as humans we're going to use the path of least resistance. So there's a lot of good areas probably out in here. It just has to be. It would take a lot of time to get out there and really scout it. Me personally, I'm not going to go in that area um, just because I already know these roads coming down through here are pretty bad shape still. Things like that, I got some four-wheeler friends that said they've been back there, and it says the road is really, really, really rough. Um, and they got because they still haven't got back there and started grading and everything yet. So, and like I said, this is just a brief overlay. And maybe one of these days once I understand, still working with Onyx. I love the app, and I love the way I can use these other apps, like Topo and Google Earth, to help plot certain things, like my wind direction. Um, so, like I said, this was just a brief overview. So we'll come back with some final thoughts here, and so don't go away. Okay, so we're back with some final thoughts. Like I said, this was just a really quick overview on contours and peaks, valleys, uh, and wind directions. Because that's important. Knowing your wind directions before you go out is even better. Okay, um, so because the wind is constantly changing, because you get down in the canyon, say down in here, and maybe swirling up here, coming across the top perfect, going down, swirling down in here. You just don't know. Okay, but this kind of gives you an idea of wind direction with the topo maps, and your the darker lines are consistent. You got 10-foot intervals on this map. Some maps they have more. Um, so it's not. So you always want to look at your maps. Because I remember back in the day, you had to go to forestry, bookstore maybe, and get topo maps or order them to the state for certain areas. Now it's so convenient to go on the internet or your phone or whatever and find this stuff. And most of it, some of it's free, some of you have to pay for. But again, I'm not sponsored by anybody with this stuff, so it's just my recommendations on looking up stuff. So, and again, if you like these videos, hit that subscribe button right down there. Give me that good old thumbs up and ring that bell. And also make sure you go in the comment section. Is there anything that else you would like to see me do on these videos? Like I said, they're a lot of fun to make. Hard. My engineers are here.
I put your hat.
Oh, he wants to put a hat on. So with that said, family first. Take care of your family. And get out there and hunt. And see you on the next video.
Help me. Put your hat on. Put your hat on. Put your hat on.